Hey, rock and roll art stars, happy Earth Day to you. And in celebration of Earth Day, I put together a little presentation that looks back at my recurring theme of Earth Day in my artworks. I had no idea, so here we go. All right, I didn't realize until I started putting the presentation together that how many Earth Day artworks that I had made throughout my life, and I'm a little sad because most of my photos of my artwork and my actual artwork are in storage. And since we're all on lockdown, you know the rest. So I can see right about now why I should have begun digital portfolio of everything I made years ago. So, oh well. So when did I start making, or when did I first make my very first Earth Day artwork? Gee, wow, I can even go through, I could go as far back as nursery school, but I don't have a picture of that painting. Uh, yeah, thanks for reminding me. So let's go what I can show you and tell you about. Well, I'll tell you this. I've always had a soft spot for our environment, and it began early back when I was in elementary school. I went to NAP, and back in those days in the 70s and the 80s, we could earn a project pride badge just for cleaning up the playground. I don't know if this still goes true for today. Um, but it all really I began taking seriousness to it to my second semester of my sophomore year in college. I was a fine arts major with a concentration in photography at IU Northwest in Gary. And after getting my first semester of fundamentals photography class under my belt, I felt comfortable enough to to look for my artistic voice. Well, one of them. As an artist, we all have the power to say things, but not all artists use that power, which is fine. I've always found art is an excellent way for me to get things off of my chest, and as a once quiet and shy little girl, believe it or not, art was my outlet. It still is, and you can whisper your message, use a secret code, or shout it out loud and proud from the rooftops. So I decided to start using my artistic voice to speak out about our environment. In fact, I dedicated my senior show in college on that very topic. So here's the first piece that I made before the senior show. I made some pieces before the actual senior show, but they ended up in the senior show. So this one is called America the Beautiful. And I believe the year was 1991, and it's hand dyed black and white photo collage on masonite, a sheet of paneling, 4 foot by 6 feet. And this is still in my parents' basement. There's another one in my parents' basement, but this is one that was hanging on the wall at IUN at the Gallery Northwest. This one's called Lighthouse Landfill, and it's made out of Xerox and fax paper on photo collage on masonite, 4 foot by 8 feet. And this one I actually got upset during critique because it wasn't supposed to fade like it did. I couldn't find anything to seal the fax paper without it fading, but when a really cool guy with a green hair said, "Hey, I thought you meant to do that," I was like, "Oh, okay." He says it works. The garbage is taking over the landfill. I'm like, I guess you're right. That's why critiques are cool, kids. All right, this one's called Enemies of the Earth, photo collage on masonite, 4 foot by 4 foot feet. Notice the Barbie and Ken dressed as Adam and Eve holding a mirror. A real mirror. I forgot to add that's also on there. Man versus Nature rounds 1, 2, and 3. Black and white photo collage with spray paint on masonite. Three 4 foot by 4 foot panels equaling 4 foot by 12 feet. Actually, there was a fourth panel. It didn't turn out, but it worked out better as a triptych. And believe it or not, NIPSCO tried to buy it 2 times, and no, I didn't let them have it. Am I regretting that now? Yeah, I think I could have used $1,000 back then. Anyway, here's my favorite one, the third panel, Man versus Nature, round 3. I like it because, well, yeah, it stands on its own by itself. And yeah, I had to marker in part of the NIPSCO tower because it faded away. And yeah, I took pictures of all those dead fish down at the beach, the alowives that wash up every year. All right, this one's called Heart's Filthy Lesson. It's a video still color print. Um, with acetate and rub-on letters. Here's another one called Heart's Filthy Lesson 2, a more positive one. Video still color print acetate with rub-on letters. And my mom, yeah, she made a Snoopy out of pop cans, and here's a picture of my mom and dad at the Indiana Welcome Center in Hammond, Indiana, at one of the Trash Treasure exhibits that my mom and I both participated in. I get my art smarts from my mom and my business sense from my dad, and this is the biggest Snoopy dog she's made so far out of pop cans. Here's one she made out of plastic bags called Bag Doodle. And here's Bag Rug and Bag Doodle. And her old newfie, Toby. Plastic bags again. Here's one that my husband made, Fred's Chime Violation. And it's made out of clock parts and auto parts and tools. My husband even entered a piece into one of the Trash Treasure exhibits. This one actually moves and makes sounds. My late father-in-law was a watch, clock, jewelry repairman and World War II veteran. My husband inherited several old pieces and parts that he used, some of them, to create this piece. And the art director liked the photo I took of his artwork so much that she put it on their banner one for that year, I should say. And yes, we got to keep the banner. There's my husband with his piece, or should I say, with the banner. Here's me back in the day, Princess Light. Yeah, I actually sold it. I don't know how much money I made, but I didn't really care. So I used a floodlight, drilled some holes in it, glued some jewels on it, plastic jewels, and string some plastic necklaces in there. And then came the trash and shows. From Trash to Treasures, we got into trash and shows, and yeah, you heard me right. Clothing, accessories, upscaled, and recycled. Here's a few that I entered. Material Girl made out of bath scrubbies. And Negativity, 35mm black and white film strips, tacks, and mannequin. And yeah, I took all those photos on those film strips. And it was well received and even got some coverage in Shoreline magazine. Here's one I made later for one of the teacher shows called Kids Are Kids Wherever. Color photo and paper collage on canvas. And these are old elementary writing sheets that I cut up and used, as well as color photos of students and their work from years ago. And you know, there's so many more. I could make an entire book of them, but stay tuned, and thanks for the idea. All right, so that leads us to your project called Earth Day Every Day. You're going to be using Canva, photographs, illustrations, text, arrange, upload, and what you're going to be doing is you're going to be creating a why is that doing that? A collage illustrating Earth Day using canva.com. And here are the requirements. Requirements are, but if you want to, you can. If you need to watch that video again on how to do that, it's on YouTube. You must have a background. You must have at least the words Earth Day. You know, I got a little crazy there, but that's okay. 5 or more different colors used, not including the colors of your background. 3 or more phrases about Earth Day. Example, things you could do to support it. Like I wrote, think global, act local, Earth Day. Oh, have a heart, Earth Day, and every day. And I put don't litter, shop smart, reduce, reuse, recycle, plant a tree, conserve water and energy. And I got 3 animated pieces here, the light bulb, the earth, and the heart. And I also used my rock and roll art goddess signature there. What else? 3 or more different photos, illustrations combined. And then last but not least, you know the drill. First and last name must be on the actual artwork or grade will be dropped 1 full letter. And that is all. And don't forget to answer today's question of the day. It has to do with my presentation. All right, rock on, stay strong, stay safe, stay healthy. Keep on keeping on, because we are the champions. This is Mrs. Rothermel signing off. Take care, rock and roll art stars. Love you.